Hello everyone, this is going to be the last video for today's lecture. Before we proceed with stage 3, I just want to make a couple of improvements to the stage 2 code. Let's say that we are trying to run stage 2 code and we encounter internet connectivity issues while doing that. The next time when we run the code, we really don't want to download all the state HTML files which have already been downloaded, correct? There is a very easy way for us to handle this. We can call the os.path.exists function to check whether the current state file exists. If so, we just want to skip over the download part. I can do that by typing continue, which is going to take us to the next iteration. If I run the cell again, it will run pretty fast, as you can see. That's because all of the state HTML files are already downloaded. The next thing which I want to do is, I want to keep track of the HTML file name for each state by adding that information into a dictionary called state_files. The key for this dictionary is going to be the name of the state, which is given in the for loop counter variable state. And the value is going to be the state file name, which is given in the variable state_file over here. Let me go ahead and display this dictionary. I'm also going to comment out the print statement that I had for the state URL. Looks like we are getting the correct dictionary over here. The key is the state name and the value is the state HTML file name. For stage 3, we want to be able to parse each of the state HTML files in order to extract this tabular information. We are going to write a function called state_stats, which takes one argument, which is going to be the path of the state HTML file. Let me define a dictionary called stats, which is going to keep track of all of this tabular data. I am going to go ahead and read the state HTML file. I'm going to close the file object right away before I actually use it. I'm going to use the read function call in order to read all the content of the state HTML file. Let me capture the return value of the read function into a variable called HTML string. And for now, I'm just going to display HTML string. Let me call the function for the state of Wisconsin. I can do that by using the dictionary that we just created. So I'm going to say state_files of Wisconsin. It looks like we are able to read the HTML file over here. Parsing the state HTML file is going to be very similar to parsing the original list HTML file. We are going to follow similar steps as we followed in stage 2. I'm going to create a beautiful soup object by passing HTML string as the first argument and HTML.parser as the second argument. Let me capture the return value into a variable doc, and I'm going to find all the tr tags inside doc by calling the findAll function, and I'm going to capture the return value into a variable called trs. Let's iterate over each tr tag. What do we want to do inside each tr tag? We want to extract the value on the left and the value on the right over here. You can use developer tools to explore what tag is associated with each of those values. I can tell you that the tag on the left is the th tag and the tag on the right is the td tag. We first of all want to be able to find the th and the corresponding td tag. The next thing we want to do is we want to extract the text within each of those tags, correct? Wouldn't it be nice if we can find both the th tag and td tag using a single findAll function? Lucky for us, the findAll function takes a list of elements as argument. So I can simply say tr.findAll, and I can pass a list of elements by saying th, td, and this is going to find all the pair of th and td elements for us. Let me capture the return value into a variable called cells. I'm going to print len of cells over here. Notice that we are sometimes getting just one tag as the outcome out of our search process for the couple of tags th and td here. We only want to deal with the cases where we have exactly two tags. That's because we want the structure where we have a key and a value, correct? So I'm going to check that len of cells should be exactly equal to 2. If so, I want to extract the first tag. I can do that by saying cells of 0. I really want to get the text associated with that tag, correct? And the next tag is going to be given by cells of 1, and let's get the text for that tag as well. The value on the left is going to be the key in our stats dictionary. The value on the right is going to be the value. So I can just populate my stats dictionary by saying stats of key equal to value. Let me go ahead and return stats, and I'm going to capture the return value into a variable called wi stats here. Let's say that we want to print Wisconsin state beverage. We can do that by saying Wisconsin stats of beverage, and I could also try one more thing. I can print the Wisconsin state dance by saying wi underscore stats of dance. Right, looks like the state beverage is milk and the state dance is polka. Let's expand our code over here, and let's write a for loop to iterate over each state file in order to read and parse each state's data. I'm going to do that by saying for state in state underscore files. Let's call the state underscore stats function by passing state underscore files of state as argument. And let's capture the return value into a variable called stats. And I want to keep track of all of the state's statistics. So I'm going to define a variable called state underscore details. I'm going to make it a dictionary so that we can use this dictionary to create a data frame shortly after. So I'm going to say state underscore details of state equal to stats. Once I'm able to get all of this information, I just want to be able to create a data frame by saying pd.dataframe, and I can create a data frame from a dictionary of dictionaries. Let me capture the return value into a variable called state underscore df. Notice that it took a lot of time to run the previous cell. That's because we are parsing 50 HTML files. That's gonna take a while. Looks like we have all the statistics available as part of this data frame now. Let's say that we are interested in looking at all the capitals for each of the states. Notice that capital is a row index. So I'll have to use the .loc and mention capital in order to retrieve that particular series over here. Right, feel free to explore the rest of the data frame. That will be it for today's lecture.